Hey everybody, what's up? So last week, I made myself a couple of impulse purchases. Story goes, I was on Twitter doom scrolling because that's what you do when you're on Twitter, and I came across a GameStop sale on action figures. Usually when they have these types of sales, I go to the site and I try to find something cool, but usually all the good stuff is gone by then. But I did find a couple of things that normally I probably just wouldn't have gone for, but I did anyway because I have no self-control. Today I'm going to show you those things. They are not new figures, but they're new to me. The brand is new to me as well, Storm Collectibles. I don't have any Storm Collectibles figures, but I do know that they make figures based off of some video game franchises like Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, King of Fighters, Streets of Rage, and even some real life folks like Mike Tyson and Bruce Lee. But from GameStop, they had some from the Gears of War franchise. Well, the crazy thing about Gears of War is I have played and completed every main Gears of War game, 1 through 5. And obviously I'm a fan, but I don't have any Gears of War merchandise. No figures, no nothing. And it's just weird to me. It just seems like it's one of those things where if a new Gears comes out, okay, I gotta beat it. It's a continuation of the story. I need to know what happens. And then after I'm done, I really don't think about it. But when a figure like this from Storm Collectibles that usually goes for at least 60 when it's on sale was only 20 bucks, I was like, yo, I gotta get it. So it comes with a lot of stuff. We got 2 head scopes for Coltrane. We got young Coltrane, old Coltrane. Got the hammer burst, the Nasher shotgun, the snub pistol, combat knife, thrash ball helmet, and 4 pairs of interchangeable hands with 30 points of articulation. That's one. The second figure that I got, also from Gears of War, Marcus Phoenix. Now, Marcus Phoenix was a little bit more expensive than Coltrane. Only $5 more. So 25 bucks for Marcus Phoenix, and he has 3 head sculpts. So you got the young Marcus Phoenix, the older Marcus Phoenix with the do-rag, and the old Marcus Phoenix without the do-rag. We got the custom Lancer, the Lancer Mark II, and the snub pistol. And it says that it's magnetic. Nasher shotgun, the Dominic Santiago combat knife. Oh, poor Dom. Interchangeable hands again, and also 30 points of articulation. Now, because these figures are not new, they're pretty old, I'm not going to be doing a regular standard review, but I am going to take them out the package and just get a first impression of it because it's the first time I ever had anything from Storm Collectibles. So let's take a look. You know, one thing that I've noticed about these more expensive collectibles is they're a lot easier to get out of the packaging. I mean, check this out. Alright, so here's Coltrane. It's got this clamshell packaging. Take off the top. Here's the figure. And he lifts right out. You don't have to deal with those twist ties or those really stretchy plastic pieces. The figures that cost 15, 20 bucks, and it takes you freaking 5 to 10 minutes to try to get them out of the packaging without scraping the paint because you got a knife or a small pair of scissors. But the ones that are more expensive, you just lift up and they have little plastic to help protect them. That's it's funny to me. I know some people like the ASMR, so here's some plastic. Sounds like raindrops. Okay, I'm stupid. I'm sorry. This is a pretty good looking figure. Nice and solid. Here's a close-up of him. I'd say that's a pretty good likeness of Coltrane, don't you think? Good paint apps all around. Yeah. It was pretty nice. I also like this thrash ball helmet that he has. It's nice and squishy and pliable. So I like how you don't have to have a different head sculpt with the helmet on. But one thing that I did notice is his head comes off kind of easily. I keep finding myself having to push it down, and it seems like it's on there good, but then just out of nowhere, just tugging on it a little bit, and it just makes the head pop off. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal either. But yeah, check that out. With a thrash ball helmet, I kind of feel like with Coltrane, you have to pose him with the thrash ball helmet, either holding it or with it on his head. And I got him with the Nasher shotgun right there. And here is a look at the Hammerburst rifle. Very nice indeed. Good looking stuff here. And I like how they're easy to stand up. And even with all kinds of figures, no matter what price point they are, being able to stand up on their own without you fiddling around with it too much is like really, really important to me. I get it's just so tiresome, have a really awesome figure and then you're just doing these little micro adjustments, just trying to get them to stand up in what looks to be like the simplest ways. These are nice and chunky figures with big feet, and it might have something to do with, it's Gears of War. The characters, of course, are going to be big and burly and wide and cog armor and weighted. I wonder if the other Storm Collectible figures are like that. So if you have something from Storm Collectibles, let me know how easy it is to stand up those figures if they are like skinnier, so probably something from like the Street Fighter line. If you got those, they stand up pretty good, let me know. Now we've got Marcus Phoenix. I wish that there was a way to store their weapons on them somewhere. So, because the weapons look good and I would love to pose them with weapons on their back or whatever, but it's not the case, except for Marcus, this pistol is magnetic and it just kind of grips right there. I think that is awesome. I wish it was the same way for like his back, just getting a weapon and just kind of putting it on his back so it can kind of like be like this or something. That would have been pretty cool. Anyway, close up of Marcus Phoenix's face. I got the old Marcus Phoenix with the do-rag on. It's the best look for me. I think that if you're gonna do Marcus Phoenix, you gotta have the do-rag. But yeah, still with the big burly boots, and no peg holes in the feet. Don't have to worry about that. They stand up just fine on their own. So articulation on these guys is pretty standard. It's 30 points of articulation, and it's not too crazy. I kind of don't feel like going through all the motions, whatnot, but it's very standard articulation, so you can move the legs apart just as wide as you would comfortably do with a normal person. I think that these figures have like actual people articulation is what I would describe it as, in that it's not too crazy, but at the same time you can set it up to get some pretty still some pretty good poses out of it regardless. At least in these Gears of War figures. I'm not sure what the other figures are like from Storm Collectibles, but these are just going to be going up on my shelf in the other room, so I need to keep them as compact as possible, if that makes any sense, so that I can fit more figures on that bookcase. And Marcus was holding the custom Lancer, but this is the Lancer Mark II that's sitting there in the box. Check out that red where that blood is. But like the best weapon in modern third-person shooters, the Lancer with the chainsaw. Oh, so many good memories with this. So yeah, those are just a couple impulse purchases that I made this week. I think it was a really, really good deal. $25 and $20 for both of these figures. They look great. It comes with a lot of accessories. The accessories look great. They're really, really welcome in my collection. And when GameStop does have sales like this, they usually have some pretty good stuff to get if you are there early enough to get your hands on it. But normally I probably wouldn't go through GameStop for figures because their shipping is kind of high. It's like $6 or something, and typically you probably find same figures somewhere else for a little bit cheaper. But hey, I can't pass up a good deal. So that is it. Thank you for indulging me as I show off a couple of these figures. I really appreciate it. I'll be back very soon with another video, and until then, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.